Hello grade 8's second week of lockdown, and we're about to start with our lesson 4, which is distribution. We're on algebra, so it's algebraic expressions, but using distributive law. So we started with distribution in term 1. Distribution was just distributing a number into a bracket by distributing it, and I taught you that. So now we're going to start with distribution with variables in it. Right, so I'm going to take you through about 5 examples, and then leave you with classwork to do. So I hope these 5 examples help you. Please communicate to me via Teams just to let me know if everything's okay. And if I don't hear from you, I know everything is perfect. Let's have a look. Alright, so here's our first distribution. This is term 1's distribution, where I was distributing in the 4 into the brackets. So if you remember what we were doing, we were saying 4 multiplied by 5 and 4 multiplied by 7. 4 times 5 is 20, and 4 sevens, 16, 20, 28. And what's 20 plus 28? Gives you 48. Alright, so you can't use BODMAS here, you had to use distribution. So that was your distributive law. So now when we look here, so now here's the reason why we taught you distribution, because you can't use your BODMAS. We told you not to use BODMAS yet. Some of you asked me, sir, why can't I use BODMAS here? Because 5 plus 7 gives me 12, and then 12 times 4 is 48. But the reason why we taught you is because now look what happens here. Can we add these two together? Very important. I want to talk to you about this. What are those? Those are two unlike terms. So can I add the two unlike terms? No, I can't. But can I multiply them? Yes, I can. But can I add them? No. So let's have a look. So if I ask you to simplify this in your test, you can't simplify this bracket because x plus 3, you can't add those two together. So I have to distribute. And if you remember, you timesing. So what's 2 times x? 2x. And what's 2 times 3? 6. And that's your final answer because those two unlike terms. Let's look at our next example. I'm distributing. So remember I told you about those arrows? Always draw those arrows for now. In grade 9 you won't have to draw those arrows because you'll know what to do. Don't forget the sign. So it's negative and a positive times a positive will give me a negative. And what's 4x times x? Gives me 4x squared. Remember, exponents. You add the two powers together. And then what is negative 4 times positive 4? Negative 16, and don't forget the x. Can I add these two together? Now, if you haven't been practicing, you forgot. Are these like terms? No, they're not. Why are they not like terms? Because of the degree of the polynomial. This is the 2 power of 2, and this is the power of 1, so you can't add those together. Let's look at the next one. All they've done is they've put the difference between this example and this example is now the distribution is from behind. Please take note that there's brackets, but there's a bracket here. Okay, and that is an x. Oh no, it's a 2, sorry. It's a 2. Alright. So I'm distributing the negative 2 to both again. Okay. So he's just messed you around the examiner by putting it back behind to try and make you guys. Now, what do I do now? Same. You're multiplying into a bracket. You're multiplying a monomial or a single term into a binomial. So, let's do this. What's negative 2 times positive 3x? So your signs first. Positive times a negative is a negative. 3 times 2 is 6. And there's just an x. There's no other x there. And then over here, what's negative 2 times negative 2? Positive 4. Alright, let's look at the next one. Now here's where it gets a little bit challenging. What's being distributed in here? Most of you think at the start, my grade 8s, you think that the 3x is being distributed in. But the 3x is not being distributed in. Only the sign's being distributed in. You have to practice this. Learn this now. You're all going to make mistakes here. So the 3x will just drop. And the negative will get distributed in. So what's a negative times a positive? Negative x. And what's a negative? Okay, let me show you. Negative times that. And the negative times that. And what's a negative times a negative? Positive 2. And are we finished? No. Do I have like terms? Yes. 3x minus 3x. So what's 3 cars minus a car? 2 cars plus 2. Alright. Let's look at the next example. So all they're doing now is there's two brackets to distribute in. It's this one, and then here's the challenging one. It's not just the 3x that's being distributed in. What's being distributed? Remember, the sign is married. So that whole negative 3x comes in as well. All right, so what's 2x times x? Don't forget exponential laws. 2x squared. What's 2x times 3? So just 2 times 3, which is 6x. What's negative 3x times x? So it's a negative times, remember, sign, number, letter. Sign times sign, positive and a negative, gives me a negative. 3x times x gives me 3x squared. And then what's this? Negative 3x times negative 2. So negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 2 is 6x. Now, do I have like terms? Yes, I've got like terms. There and there. There and there. So what's 2x minus 3x? So it's 2 minus 3. You should know your integers. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. X squared. And what's 6x plus 6x? 6 yo-yos plus 6 yo-yos. 12 yo-yos. Can I add these two together? No. And why? Because that's squared and that's to the power of 1. So that's my final answer. And then the last one is a distribution, but now there's a trinomial in here. First thing you must look inside your trinomial. Don't forget this. The first thing you look for is, can I simplify this trinomial? Are there like terms in here? No, they're not. I'll give you an example now if there are like terms, but there's no like terms. So then all I do is distribute to each term. So what's negative 2x times that? Negative 2x cubed. Negative times a positive, negative 2x, 2x's squared. And a negative times a negative, positive, 2 times 2 is 4x. Do I have any like terms here? Okay, so what I meant now, that's a final answer, because you can't add these unlike. What I meant by if you can simplify one, watch this. If I have x squared plus 2x plus 3x squared, are there like terms in this expression over here in this bracket? Yes, they are. So what I have to do over here, I have to simplify first inside the bracket. Negative 2x, open bracket, and then these two I can add together. So what's x squared plus 3x squared? It'll give me 4x squared plus 2x, close brackets. And then you distribute in. Okay. So yeah, that's distribution. I will send you work into your folders, your Teams folders. There's work there available for you. Please go over the video. Don't just watch the video once. You watch the video. You try and attempt. I've done examples that are very similar to your exercise. And then when we get back to school, I'll throw you guys some hummers. And then you'll be with me so you won't cry. But for now, we're doing basically our routine and a little bit difficult. We haven't done the extremely difficult ones. So I hope you guys are working hard. Miss you guys. Can't wait to see you guys. You guys drive me crazy. But you know that. I love you guys. But can't wait to see you people. And keep well, keep safe, and God bless.